As we look at the ticker for NUBURU Inc. right now, the live intraday price for BURU is sitting at 20.2 cents, reflecting a decline of 3.97% so far in this Tuesday, December 23, 2025 trading session. To give you some context on the immediate action, we opened the day at 20.89 cents, and we have seen a fairly tight but downward sloping range between a high of 20.89 cents and a low of 20.009 cents. The volume is active, with over 2.29 million shares changing hands in the first hour and a half of trading, which for a microcap stock in the midst of a massive pivot tells us that the market is paying very close attention to every headline coming out of their Centennial, Colorado headquarters. The immediate reality that might surprise you, and this is the insight most people are missing while they stare at the sub-$1 price tag, is that NUBURU is no longer just a laser company in the way we traditionally understood it. While the general market expectation is that BURU is a struggling penny stock trying to keep its head above water after a brutal period of patent foreclosures and revenue declines, the reality is that the management team has quietly begun transforming the entire entity into a vertically integrated defense tech hub. They aren't just selling hardware anymore, they're acquiring companies like Tekne and Orbit to build a unified platform that spans from specialized military vehicles to mission-critical software. If you look at your Robinhood app or check your Fidelity brokerage account today, you might see a stock down nearly 4% and assume the worst, but the institutional activity behind the scenes, specifically the recent $25 million financing deal, suggests a much more complex transition is underway than the daily chart reveals. The common ground for most investors looking at NUBURU is the belief that once a company loses its primary patent portfolio, the story is over. We saw that happen earlier this year, and it sent the stock into a tailspin. However, I want to challenge that take. Instead of folding, the company shifted to a licensing and joint development model while aggressively hunting for acquisitions. This creates a fascinating tension. The expectation is a slow fade into irrelevance, but the reality is a flurry of international contracts, like the recent $6.6 million deal with a government agency in Bangladesh through their partner Tekne. This is a classic example of where the narrative and the numbers are currently at odds. While heavyweights like Nvidia stock or Apple stock dominate the headlines for their stability, a microcap like BURU offers a different kind of volatility that requires a much more surgical approach to analysis. Focusing on the recent movement, we have seen a lot of pressure on the price over the last month, even as the company has secured significant milestones. It's interesting to watch how the market reacts to these financing rounds. On December 15th, they announced a $25 million financing agreement aimed at bolstering liquidity. Usually, in the world of online investing, a massive cash injection like that is seen as a lifeline, but it also brings concerns about dilution. This is why we are seeing the stock trade in this 20-cent range. The traders using Interactive Brokers platform or those managing their own individual brokerage accounts are weighing the immediate dilution against the long-term potential of the defense hub. Institutional ownership is still small, around 1.34%, but we are seeing names like UBS and Vanguard actually increasing their positions in recent filings. This suggests that while the retail crowd on the Robinhood app might be jumping in and out for quick flips, some larger players are starting to see the foundation of this new defense tech platform. Comment below how many shares of BURU you currently hold, or if you're waiting for a specific price target before jumping in. The intraday volume we're seeing today is part of a larger trend of high volatility. In the last 30 days, search interest and investment activity on apps like SoFi Invest have actually dipped, which often happens when a stock enters a consolidation phase after a major announcement. People get bored when the price doesn't move 20% every day, but for the serious investor doing self-investing, this is often the most important time to look at the books. NUBURU reported a net loss of $22.42 million in their last quarterly report, which sounds staggering until you realize they're in the middle of a total structural overhaul. They have moved from 30 employees down to a core team of 8 as they shift to this holding company style model. They're essentially building a lean, mean acquisition machine. To understand where we're going, we have to look at what NUBURU actually does and where it came from. Founded in 2015, the company was a pioneer in high-power blue laser technology. The expectation was that they would dominate the 3D printing and EV battery welding markets because blue lasers are significantly more efficient at processing reflective metals like copper and gold than traditional infrared lasers. However, the reality was a series of financial hurdles and intellectual property battles that nearly ended the company. Now, under the leadership of Alessandro Zamboni, the business model has been completely rewritten. They are no longer just trying to build and sell lasers. They are using their expertise to acquire controlling entities that need that tech. For instance, the acquisition of Liacon, an Italian laser specialist, isn't just about getting more engineers, it's about regaining a fully operational production and R&D facility to service both civil and military sectors. If you are using tools like Schwab Intelligent Portfolios or other online investment platforms, you know that the industrial sector is often seen as slow and steady. NUBURU is trying to inject a high-growth software-as-a-service element into that mix. By acquiring 100% of Orbit, SRL, a SaaS company focused on operational resilience, they are looking to create a recurring revenue stream that complements their hardware sales. The target addressable market for the kind of infrastructure resilience Orbit provides is projected to be over $1 billion by 2033. This is the hidden part of the NUBURU story. Most people see a penny stock. The company sees a diversified defense and technology conglomerate in the making. When you look at the landscape of online investing today, the options can be overwhelming. You have people trading fractional shares of Tesla stock on Robinhood, while others are looking for investment help through Fidelity Wealth Management or a SoFi robo-advisor. For a stock like NUBURU, the strategy has to be much active. The interactive broker's fees and the sophisticated tools on the interactive broker's trading platform are often preferred by those trading these microcaps because speed and execution matter when a stock can swing 10% on a single press release. The recent move to restore NYSE compliance was a major hurdle cleared, but the road ahead still requires a lot of capital. That $25 million financing from YAIIPN Ltd is the fuel, but the execution of the transformation plan is the engine. Looking toward the future, the catalysts for NUBURU are clear but risky. The first is the successful consolidation of these acquisitions into their financial reports. We are waiting to see how the numbers from Tekne and Maddox Defense look when they are finally under one roof. If the revenue starts to show up in the millions, as projected with the Bangladesh contract and other NATO-aligned programs, the valuation gap could close quickly. The risk, of course, is that the integration fails or that the cash burn outpaces the revenue growth. This is the tension that keeps the stock at 20 cents. The market is saying, prove it, while the company is saying, we are already doing it. If you are looking at your Fidelity mobile app or checking your SoFi active investing account, you have to ask yourself if you believe in the defense tech pivot. The world is currently spending record amounts on national security, electronic warfare, and drone capabilities. NUBURU is positioning itself right in the middle of that, specifically targeting NATO markets. This isn't just a Colorado laser shop anymore. It's an international player with ties to Italian defense firms and high-tech software startups. The transition from a hardware manufacturer to a vertically integrated platform is a difficult needle to thread, but it's the only way they survive and thrive in this high-interest rate environment where small-cap companies are under intense pressure. To wrap this up, the current state of NUBURU is a classic study in the gap between market perception and corporate reality. The expectation is a failed laser company, but the reality is an emerging defense tech hub with fresh capital and a clear acquisition strategy. We are seeing a stock that has been beaten down, now attempting to build a foundation through high-margin SaaS and international defense contracts. Whether you are using Fidelity Brokerage, Robinhood Investments, or managing an individual brokerage elsewhere, the key is to watch the execution of the transformation plan. The live price of 20.2 cents reflects the uncertainty, but the strategic moves behind the scenes are building a very different story. Keep an eye on the volume and the upcoming earnings reports, as they will be the ultimate test of whether this defense tech platform can deliver on its promises. Would you like me to analyze the recent institutional buy-in patterns for BURU and compare them to similar defense tech pivots in the small cap space?